Hi everyone, welcome back to Beyond Your Knowledge. So today we are going to have an overview of the antiarrhythmics. Okay, so here it is, the overview of the class 1 antiarrhythmics. So with that in mind, I think that we can move on. And before we continue, I would like to read for you Deuteronomy 6:4-5, and this one read as follows. So it says that, "Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your might." Amen. Well, thank you so much for listening, and now I think that we can just go ahead and learn some more about the class 1 antiarrhythmics. But we're going to be talking, remember, class 1, we're referring to those that are sodium channel blockers. Okay, now we're going to have class 1A, class 1B, class 1C. Okay, so how we are going to do it? So we're going to see the class here. Okay, so the class there, and then we're going to have here the specific agents for each class. Okay, and then we're going to have in the other one, what is the inhibition of phase 0 depolarization. Okay, so and then the last one, but the last column, it is the effect on length of action potential. I will abbreviate action potential AP. Okay, so that we can have room. Then I write it here, AP is equal to action potential. Okay, that we can just remember what it is. Okay, let me just put a square. Okay, so with that in mind, we can continue. So how many classes do we have? Class 1A, class 1B, and class 1C. So the class 1A, we have 3 drugs that we should remember. Okay, so what are those 3 drugs? So one start with the letter Q, then the other start with the letter P, QPD. Okay, so the one that starts with the Q is quinidine. P is for procainamide, and D is for disopyramide. Okay, now what is going to happen during the inhibition in the phase 0 of the depolarization? So it's going to be intermediate, this thing. Okay, and during the effect on the length of the action potential, this one, class 1A, is prolonged. So that means that when you check the effect on the length of the action potential, if you're giving to the patient quinidine, procainamide, disopyramide, those are class 1A, so this effect on the length of AP of action potential is prolonged, and the inhibition of the phase 0 depolarization is intermediate. Now, what about class 1B? Well, class 1B, it is 2 drugs. So one starts with the letter L, and then the other starts with the letter M. So L for lidocaine, okay, and M for mexiletine. Okay, so mexiletine. Now, how is going to be the inhibition of the phase 0 depolarization in this one? Class 1B is going to be weak, but because is also shortened in the effect on length of action potential. Okay, now I think that until now we have one which is intermediate, which is class 1A. We have one which is weak, which is class 1B, and is weak and is short. The intermediate also is prolonged. But then what about if we have one intermediate, one weak? How do you think that is going to be the next one? It's going to be strong. So, and what are those drugs that an inhibition of the phase 0 and depolarization that are strong? Yes, probably it is flecainide and propafenone. Okay, and then this one is propafenone. Now I think that we should know by default. So if we're by following the pattern, class 1A, class 1B, and then it's going to be class 1C. And then I just noted that I didn't wrote here the 1. Let me just write it. Okay, yeah, let's just do better because we don't want to get confused with those letters. Okay, so class 1B. Okay, now probably you're saying, okay, but why you didn't mention yet the effect of the length of the action potential in the class 1C? Well, first I noted a mistake there, so that I should fix about the when I was writing. But yeah, so but there is no change. This is the answer. There is no change. Whoa. So that's mean that if I ask you who is going to be prolonged, you're going to think in prolonged is class 1A. So the effect of the length of the action potential. If I ask you who is intermediate, you say, well, you are asking in order. Yes, yes, you are right. So this is the class 1A. Oh, what are the 3 drugs that we can find in class 1A? So it's Q for quinidine, P for procainamide, and D for disopyramide. Now I have another question. So which one of those doesn't change the action potential? Yeah, I know that. It's class 1C. So tell me the drugs of class 1C. So it's a flecainide and propafenone. How do you think that is going to be the inhibition of the phase of the phase 0 in depolarization in the class 1Z? Well, this one is going to be strong, and because strong, there is no change. Probably we're skipping one. Yes, class 1B. So what are the drugs for class 1B? Well, 2 drugs, lidocaine and mexiletine. Also, they are shortened in the effect of the action potential, and if we're thinking about the depolarization of the class 1B, which is lidocaine and mexiletine, so the inhibition of the phase 0, this in the polarization is weak. Whoa. Okay, so I think that was a good review. So hopefully just go back again if you need it. So remember, as more as we repeat, we learn more. So don't give up, so we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. And thank you for watching, and God bless you.